Wadahu, welcome in, everyone. I'm gonna try and get this reading done. I don't know if it's gonna work for multiple reasons. But we're gonna try. My phone is on low battery, so we will be kind of speeding through this, but I have all the information. Some of the zodiac won't be mentioned in this video, just to kind of keep it speedy in that sense. But I will not be skipping over any information. I just want to make sure I can get a reading out. Tried to get one yesterday. It was way too noisy. It was a very good reading too. It came out with a really good message. I took it myself, since I guess that's how it had to be. But I could not, for the life of me, record that video. It was way too windy. People were just all over the place. It was just chaotic. And I want to be able to give you all a reading that y'all can understand, because these readings are not just for entertainment. If you do somehow get entertainment, I mean, some people get entertainment out of learning, if you get entertainment out of it, cool, but they are definitely for learning. And there will be like people in cars like driving around, so don't worry about that. There's just kind of just like a turnaround place for people. Yeah, without further ado, we're gonna jump into this reading. Sorry for yapping. I love you all so much. Free Dr. Malachi, he will be coming. The first card we have is the Ace of Pentacles inverted. Not a good sign. This is all of the Earth's signs, but with the Ace of Pentacles being inverted, this is saying that something on the physical that you are doing, no, it's doing the wind thing. The wind's doing the thing again, where it wants to blow away all the dang cards. The same issue I had yesterday. Awesome. Why do you have to go somewhere else? Take your windy attitude and go somewhere else. We don't need you here. Anyway, the Ace of Pentacles inverted. There is something in a physical thing that you're working with on the physical that's not a good idea. It's not something you need to be spending time with. There's something that you're just allowing your mind to gravitate towards that is not beneficial to you. If you notice in the Pentacle, the star is upside down. This is a matter over mind situation, which is just saying the outside world or the realm around you is controlling your actions, and you are actually not in control of what you are doing. There is a deeper meaning of what you're doing, but it's pertaining to you're being given on the physical. You could be doing something to try to get a gift on the physical. Regardless of this being the Ace of the Pentacles, that means you came from the Swords. So there was some form of oh, I'm going to do this, and it was deemed some form of benefit, but it's not. Don't move forward with that operation. Don't move forward with that in mind. Don't move forward in the sense of needing to. Don't move forward in the sense of of desperation is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, my mind kind of got blanked off. Yeah, we have the Tower. So whatever the actions that you're taking now, they're the root of why you're doing it, or the trigger, the system that sprung it up was the Tower. And that is saying that you are allowing the mind to take operations and to control you. You're going uphill whenever water falls. You're not making any sense. You're making a grander issue out of things that don't need to happen. But as you notice in this card with the Tower, the feminine, or Jill, still has her crown on, which is your heart space. Your feelings are still intact. Your heart space was always right. And this is just saying that you're still connected with your heart space, but you have chosen the wrong path. With Tower, that is Mars, so you didn't follow the order of something. There is something completely out of order, and the order might have just began because started with your thoughts. And this is how most humans work. I've noticed this heavily being around humans, being around people, their minds, how they work. They think like this. They start off with their thoughts. They think that the idea that they get is a thought, so they skip the first two steps. They go right to the thought. They try to put it on the physical, and then they let the physical be their fuel, or that fire, so they can be nurtured for their reward, which is not how things work. That's not the correct order of things. That's not what it's meant to do when you say manifestation or to create things. You're missing the first two steps that are seemed invisible, but they are your reasoning for why you even have the thought to do the things that you're doing. And this is what you have to look back and see, is like, why are you thinking the way that you're doing, and why have your thoughts led you to do something on the physical that might seem impossible or seems, that you like you can't complete it? Why have you put yourself in a position where you've given yourself an obstacle rather than a path to follow? And again, the Ace of Swords, it comes from a bad thought. The thoughts that you have are not crowned, they are not aligned, they are not going to give you what you want. If you're doing something for money, it ain't going to give you money, or it ain't going to give you what you want. If you're doing something for social replication, it is definitely not going to do that. If you're doing something for stability, it is not going to do that. You need to figure out what you're doing or what your thought process is of why you're staying in certain situations or certain things, so that you can leave them and then go to grander ones. This could be relationships, friendships, business, partners, business in general, work, home, school, kids, however. Think about what's bringing up these ideas or this sort of thing. Even going all the way back down to, oh, someone's doing magic on me. What's bringing that up? Why do you think someone's doing magic on you? What brought that up? What sprung that belief up? What makes you think these things? And with the Ace of Swords being inverted, it's saying again, your cups are inverted. You are moving forward with poor fuel. You're moving forward with dirty water. It's like you're trying to offer someone, like, you have like a lemonade stand, but your water is brown, and then you're like, it's like, oh, it's lemonade. Like, no, that's brown water with like lemons in it. Like, that's awful. Like, that's what you're handing, and that's what you're creating things with, is this poor sort of fuel. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. This is why you're waiting around. This is why you're waiting for, oh, why isn't things on the physical moving? Why isn't this business blowing up? Why isn't this moving that? Why isn't that moving? Because you're not doing things right. Maybe you keep asking, should I do this? Should I do that? The answer is just do it when you want to. The time is always now. You're just asking other people. You're depending on a codependent system. You're not taking action when you desire to. You're not taking steps into your hands. Why are you depending on someone else to give you an answer that you already have inside of you, that you just want confirmation for? Why can't you just side with yourself and say, yeah, I will do that, instead of having someone on the physical side with you to allow you to move forward? This is a installment of a lot of people that a lot of people have as well. You have the star. You have to learn how to nurture yourself. You are the star. You are your savior. You are the one. You are the business deal. You are the emperor that's gonna come save you, or whatever the fuck. You are that person. You are it. You need to learn how to be it. You need to learn how to step into that role and not wait for other people to do what you claim that they should be doing, because you would be doing it in their position. So don't you put yourself in your own position and do what you need to do. Because a lot of times when you are expecting someone else to do something, they're waiting for you to do the exact same damn thing. And the only reason why you would get upset about it, or the reason why you would feel or begin to speak about it, is because you internally recognize your own failure and are going back on a fail-safe scapegoating mechanism where you blame someone else for your own issues, which is what a lot of people do. So remembering that and moving forward on that aspect is really going to help you see and know things. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Seeing the beauty in things again. That good Sagittarius, it's not Sagittarius. Why do I always say that? I don't know why. It's not Sagittarius, my bad. It's Virgo and Venus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Virgo and Venus. But again, it's seeing that beauty in the work. You might not even see something beautiful in doing your work. And again, this is what we're meaning by this. And I'm glad that this came out like this, because now I can explain what I mean more by you're not seeing the beauty in things. I'm working on getting better at explaining that more in depth instead of just leaving you all with parables. Some people need parables, some people need more in depth. I'm trying to find a good balance of two. So bear with me. It takes work. When you're making a new system, not really a new system, but when you're forging a system back together, it's kind of hard, especially when there's not many people that know how to or are willing to kind of help in this situation. So I'm doing my best with what I can with myself and what I can with my resources. But I'm here for that. Anyway, when you're not seeing the beauty in the process of it, you're not agreeing with yourself, and that's what I'm saying. I really want to I really want to run this business. I really want to get this business up and running. Well, why aren't you agreeing with yourself? Why do you keep saying, oh, it's not worth it because this, that, or the other, or it's too hard? You keep battling yourself. You're not seeing the beauty and why you want to do the thing. That's something that you're making as the middle ground between the, oh, this is good, and then your thought process that causes your feeling. That middle point where you make that decision, it chooses which path you choose. So that's what you need to be conscious of. It's a one, oh, I should do this. 2, it hits you. 3, your body responds to how it hits you, by your response to it. So it's just responding to your response. It's you give something, it feeds back into you give your response that goes out, and then its feedback goes inside of you and makes you feel, and then that goes, and when you feel that, you feed back onto the reality of things. That's why you have your reactions, or the external reactions, right? That's the system, so I had to break that down. But you're not agreeing with an aspect of self that's allowing you to move forward. You got 3 of Cups inverted. Ignore these distractions. This is what you need to do, is you need to start ignoring these distractions of poorly fueled or poorly nurtured ideas of, oh, it's not going to work out, oh, it's too hard, oh, I don't have the supplies for this, oh, it's going to take too long, oh, what if someone thinks, shut the fuck up, who cares? What do you feel? How do you feel? What do you want to do? How is it going to make you feel? How is it going to relate to you? All of these things need to be asked, need to be answered by yourself, not by anyone else. You can ask others for opinions all day long, but you need to make sure that you're solidified in your own belief. You have the 5 of Cups, and this you might be in a regret energy, or just a regret era where things aren't, you've kind of noticed, like, things aren't moving, and why things aren't moving. You might have just been in a period of coming to true terms with, the full spectrum of, things aren't working because I'm allowing them not to. This Cancer energy of just trying to work with yourself and really bond and bind with yourself, but you're having that distraction point again with the 3 Cups to the 5 of Cups. Also is a very beautiful sign, because you've already took the path that led you to that desperation. You've already took the path that led you to the outcome that you don't want. And the reason why I say that's beautiful is because in the 5 of Cups, you still have the 2. You still can connect back to yourself. You still know that you still have yourself. You haven't abandoned yourself. You haven't split mitosis, gone 2 separate ways. You're still here. So allow yourself to, gather yourself together. Of course, talk to yourself, feel your feelings, regret where you have to regret, but pick yourself back up and realize and know that I can move forward, and I now know what not to do. This is how we learn. A baby does not just sit down and saw off its legs because it can't walk the first time it tries to stand up. It will keep going up and falling down, and it will build its leg muscles to where it can walk. That's how we walk. We have to build those muscles up. So that's why we keep falling over so much. We have to build that muscle up. We have to learn how to use it. Same thing with this. This is just another muscle. These are what we would call our spiritual muscles. I don't know what the hell to call them other than that, but there are the inner workings of our being, of our mind, of who we are, and these are the muscles that we don't pay attention to. When we say work with the spiritual, we're really saying work with the invisible. What can you not see, and what is being fueled, what is giving you this spirit that's allowing you or causing you to move or convolve in that way. If you don't know what convolve means, look up a convolver. It is a type of reverb for music, and it's a signal processor. Basically, you take a signal, you feed it into the convolver, and it turns it into a reverb. It makes it a space, and then it adds that character to whatever sounds you give, and that's what a convolver does. And that's kind of how we act in this world, is things that come to us, and we are supposed to be the convolver. Things that come to us get coded in with how we feel, how we think, everything like that, all of our opinions, all of our facts, knowings, and everything else, and we reverberate it or send it back out, reverb, re-speak, react it back out into the physical realm of how things are. That's just kind of how it is with the 10 of Pentacles, and that's why, looking at the 10 of Pentacles, looking at that process, that's kind of how we need to see these things. It is saying this is why things in the physical aren't coming together. This is the full reason why whenever you receive things, why they just happen to end out the way you think they do, whether good, bad, or in the middle, is because of your decision or lack of decision, or being in the middle of things that, chooses that path. And it comes down to that point of really realizing that the failures, the lack that you have, comes from the lack that you're putting in. The denial of certain ideas, or the labeling of certain things to diminish its value, is what's causing a sort of disassociation between you and your goals. Um, we do have the Fool, and the Fool being here signifies that this is the calling to the new start, that new leap. Even though you've learned these lessons, even though you've learned all these sort of combobbled ways of thinking, all these ways of healing, etc., it's time for you to take this knowledge and move forward. Take this this reasoning, these experiences, and move forward. And it's funny because this is starting to turn out into the reading that I did yesterday when it began, because it was the Fool to the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is on the bottom. So y'all get this. Y'all get basically the same reading that I was going to give yesterday, which is really good with the Ace of Wands. It is saying that this is a brand new start. Allow this to kind of be the inspiration or the toolkit for you to move forward. It is saying that now that the junk is gone away, now that things have kind of transpired, now that you see everything, this is, and I don't know why this is coming in now, but this could even be you interjecting in between two people. Maybe you've been ordained, or you've chosen to be a mediator with the friend group or a relationship. However, this is even just saying that, like, you might have just had an idea at first, but now that you've seen a full picture or received more information, you have a new way of doing it or a new way of handling it. However, just see this in a different light, see this in a new way. The idea is there, the idea is fresh. Nurture it, kindle the flame, very gently, very carefully kindle it, so that when you do move forward, things will transpire and move quicker and easier. And sorry for the beeping, there was a UPS truck, as you've seen behind me. I can't do nothing about it. But that is the reading. Thank you all so much for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, hypes, the patience, the donations, whether energetic or financial. Excuse me, I keep wanting to say physical, but it's financial. I truly appreciate all of them. The support is truly wonderful. Thank you all so much, especially for the patience. Again, things are weird. I moved back into the shelter, the house, the female house that I was staying at, which is why I was at the other house. I was protecting tools from one of the owners there. They needed help. I was supposed to go back over the Westover a long time ago, but they needed someone there to protect the tools, which I did. So that's why I was kind of in and out there. Back at Westover, things are getting better. Good, got the housing again, showers, all sorts of good. So we're good back to normal with that. We're just moving along. Hopefully I can get more content done. Charging my phone is going to be kind of a sway thing to do, but we'll work through it, and we will get the content out. Y'all know how I am. I might take a little bit of a break, but we can get right back to it. Just like we never left. But I love you all so much, truly and always. Thank you all for all the support. Free Dr. Malachi York, always. If you are wanting to support, with whether it's with research, whether it is with getting stability, whether it is to just get a bite to eat when I'm not fasting, because I'm fasting this month, you can do so by donating to the link in the description as well. I have the Chime, the Venmo, the Cash App, or the Chime, PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Basically, I got confused, but all of those are in the description as well. Regardless, I truly do love each and every one of you. If you're interested in any services, please email me. And also, if you didn't see on the community tab, I'm doing angel sigils, fully charged and everything. They're like $5. Just tell me the angel that you want. You don't really have to tell me the reason for it. Just tell me the angel that you need. I'll send you the seal, the sigil, and the way to call on it. They're all not going to be the same. They're going to be different, whether it is something that is intuited or one of the more original or more known ones. It depends on how they're calling, how you're calling on them, and how I'm receiving the call from the angels as well. I am an Enochian mage, if people didn't know, so I do work with the angels very closely a lot. I'm going to be going on that path a lot deeper whenever things get stabilized, doing one-on-one work with each of the angels, getting my own information, seeing what I can hear for them, all that stuff. Just fun little experiments with them. Regardless, I love you all so much. Thank you for all the support again. If you need anything, email me. Everything's in the description. Hadus Ashug Wu Wadu.